Hey team, I've got to be really quick today because my battery is flashing at me and the rest are charging. But we are currently on week 2021. I can't remember where I left off with this. Basically, I'm 21 weeks today. Baby is the size of a banana, which is bonkers. Yeah, and it's been an amazing week. Finally announced it all on here and on Instagram. Which has just been so wonderful. I don't know why I was so worried. Well, I know why I was worried because internet, but I didn't need to be. Everybody's been so wonderful and it's just so nice to be able to feel like I can breathe now and talk honestly about what is going on in my life, because it is a pretty big thing that's going on in my life. So yeah, it's amazing. I'm feeling really good. I have actually felt a little bit sick the last few days, which is odd, in the evenings as usual, but then it's been coming on about 8 p.m. which hasn't been fun, but it's manageable, so it's fine. And definitely lower back and hip aches, which I feel like are only going to get worse. So I'm trying to do my little pregnancy yoga, bits and bobs when I can, and do lots of stretching and walking, which just seem to help. But I've definitely found that if I've overdone it with the walking, then that makes it worse. So just got to find that balance, I think, at the moment of staying active without overdoing things. The biggest thing that happened is yesterday I felt my first proper like flutter, I guess. I keep saying kick, but it's not like a proper kick, but it was a distinguishable flutter slash butterfly feeling slash bubbles that was definitely baby, because I've had a few where I'm just like, oh, I don't know if it's that. Could just be normal tummy grumbles, but this one was definitely them, and it was amazing. Chris was actually away on a work coaching thing, but he came home later on yesterday and then it happened again. He couldn't feel it from the outside, but he was there when it happened. So yeah, yesterday was just such a magical day, and I realised just how much I needed to feel that, if that makes sense. So I'm kind of hoping that that keeps happening and then they just keep getting stronger from here on out, because yeah, I really did need to feel that reassurance, and it was just so magical. It was like I burst into tears when it happened. It was just so amazing. So I'm really excited to feel this getting stronger. I know there'll be people who are just like, oh, you wait until you get to the third trimester and they're kicking you in the ribs. I don't care. I don't care. At the moment, it's a huge thing for me to be able to feel that. And it's just so magical, so wonderful. So let me just be in this, in this magical moment. Yes, I might complain about it in however many months' time, but for now, it's just wonderful. I'm going to try and quickly show you my bump before my camera battery runs out because it's flashing. Bump is here. I've got my thingy jeans on today. Yes, Toby, baby's in there. But yeah, big bump now. She says, I'm well aware it's going to get absolutely massive after this, but it feels like a big bump for me. Feels like I'm actually pregnant, look. Ooh, it's exciting. So yeah, that is my little update for now, and very happy and loving it. Week 22, still trying to eat really healthy. I'm just cutting up some kiwi to go on my all bran. So exciting. I'm so sick of all bran, it's ridiculous, but it does genuinely help. So anybody struggling with that side of things, all bran's great. I did actually do a lot of research into this because that's just how my brain works, and I overanalyze and over-research everything. But I literally sat down and researched the fibre content of cereal to see which one would give you the best bang for your buck. Because if you've got to eat these high fibre cereals that taste like cardboard, you may as well get the most fibre out of it. And all bran seems to be the one. So there you go. But if you put a little bit of fruit on it, it seems fine. Still got grapefruit actually. I've been taking photos of the fruit and vegetables that baby is each week. Baby is a corn, like a corn on the cob. It's corn this week. That's gonna age terribly. But it's corn this week, and it was grapefruit the other week, so I still got my grapefruit. I might cut that up and maybe put that on my cereal tomorrow. But yeah, I'm trying to eat as healthy as possible, and it is going well, to be honest. I'm just finding that it's giving me a lot of comfort knowing that I'm doing everything I can do to get like a nice balanced diet in there. Apparently, according to our app, babies starting to develop their taste buds and stuff, so we can influence the kind of food that they like. How true that is, I'm not sure. So yeah, just in case it is true, I'm trying to eat like a variety of different things, because both Chris and I, we eat everything. We love food, and I'd love for our kid to be the same. So we'll see how that goes, see if that works. And yeah, just trying to avoid the McDonald's and chocolate as much as possible, but it's the chocolate cravings are getting real. I'm not sure, I think it's a girl that gives you sweet cravings, so we'll see. But yeah, chocolate seems to be the one for me at the moment. But if I want it, I'm letting myself have it, you know? I'm just kind of like trying to strike that balance between having a varied diet and eating loads of good stuff, but also not making myself miserable for the whole time, because pregnancy is hard enough without denying yourself a chocolate bar if you want one. So yeah, that's about it really. I'm starting to feel baby more and more, which is really nice. I can definitely figure out what are kicks and what's just sort of like normal tummy stuff. It kind of feels like, sometimes it feels like a swooshing, sometimes it kind of feels like a rolling, other times I've literally felt like a little thud if I've got my hand on my tummy. Other times it feels like when you go over a bump and your tummy goes up. It's wild. It's literally like the flutters are getting stronger and stronger, but they're still not strong enough for me to be like kick, 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 if that makes sense. My anxiety has been ramping up a little bit around that, if I'm honest, and because now I can feel them, you need to keep an eye on their movements and stuff. So I feel like I'm gonna get myself into a tears a lot of the time, wondering whether that's reduced movements or whether their movements have changed. But when it's so early on and you're still only like feeling flutters rather than definitive kicks and movements, it's really hard to know what is normal for your baby and what's not yet. We're still learning those patterns. So that's kind of like freaked me out a little bit this week. But yeah, I just try and tune in to it as much as I can and try and feel them as much as possible, as and when. So yeah, but apart from that, everything's great. My back's a little bit achy, hips are achy. My pregnancy pillow is saving the day. I've gotten really tired again this week, which I'm actually loving because it means that when I go to bed, my head hits the pillow and I'm gone. Having some wild pregnancy dreams, which are fun. I dreamt the other day that I had a massive beard and I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I can't shave it, I can't wax it. That was stressful. But yeah, they're really vivid. My dreams are always vivid anyway, to be honest, but it seems like the pregnancy ones are on a whole other level. So that's interesting. My hair is still super, super dry and it just looks frizzy all the time. My skin is doing okay. Like, it's pretty normal. It looks a bit dull at the moment, but nothing a face mask can't fix. And yeah, overall, I feel really great. It's just those niggly worries still creeping in at the back of my mind. But yeah, overall, 22 weeks pregnant, sweet spot. Hello team, me again, week 22 still. So I've just come back in, so Toby is all over me wanting to show me his stick. It's a very lovely stick. It's beautiful, you are beautiful. Let me tell everybody my story, please. Yeah, so you know I was saying yesterday how it's really tricky to know about like reduced movements and stuff and how much baby's moving when you're still not really feeling them very strong, and it's still quite early on. Well, I've been getting myself into a bit of a tiz with it the last couple of days, and I've really been trying, she nearly fell off the sofa. I've really been trying to like, you know, keep myself calm about it and whatever. Anyway, I decided to phone the midwife maternity assessment unit yesterday, and they were so lovely on the phone. They were like, look, you've done 100% the right thing. It's hard to find patterns before 24 weeks, normally around 24 weeks, which I'm like 22 and a half now, is when we start to really see patterns and stuff. So it's a really tricky time at the moment because you're just in that limbo where you don't really know. So she was like, I'm not going to bring you in to the triage bit, but I want you to phone the midwife on this number, leave a message for them and they'll get back to you. So I did that yesterday. Please don't kill that monkey. So I did that yesterday and she phoned me back this morning and she was so lovely and she was like, I've booked you in at 10:30 this morning. Come on down to the hospital and we're just gonna have a little listen to baby's heartbeat. She was like, I'm sure everything is fine, but we just wanna make sure. So I went down, I was just been a bag of nerves and went straight in, and she was, again, this lady was lovely and she was just like, look, you've done the right thing, have a lie down, we're gonna try it. We put a little thing on your finger to find your heartbeat, and then they get their little Doppler out and they listen for baby's heartbeat, and obviously they've got to be, they're checking that they're different, so they're not just picking up your heartbeat on the Doppler, which is why the at-home Dopplers are quite dangerous. So we've been like warned against buying them because obviously you can, if you're not used to using them or you don't have the proper stuff, you can hear your heartbeat and be reassured that it's baby's and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, digress. Yeah, so long story short, baby is fine. Heartbeat was there, plodding along. My heartbeat went through the bloody roof. But yeah, they're fine, everything's fine, and it's really reassured me. I was just apologising. I was like, I'm so sorry, because the NHS is stretched enough as it is and you just don't want to be a bother. And she just looked me dead in the eye and she was like, do not apologise, you have done the right thing. It took less than 5 minutes, didn't it? And we'd rather do that to make sure everything's okay. And then she said that we should start to feel more like patterns and stuff after 24 weeks. And to just keep doing what I'm doing. So yeah, I feel really relieved because it was properly affecting me the last couple of days. Like my anxiety's been through the roof and I was trying to like put it to the back of my mind, which you really shouldn't do. You should phone them straight away. So please learn from my mistakes there. And that's what I'll be doing in the future if this happens again. Hopefully it won't, but you never know. So yeah, just a little mini catch up there to say that happened. Baby is still in there, still fine. Annoyingly, as soon as I got back in my bloody car to drive home, kicking me in the bladder. I was like, seriously? I was just driving the car and I felt like this little like in my bladder because I needed a wee, and I was just like, are you joking? Are you having a laugh? They're having me on. Cheeky little bugger. Scary mummy. And then popping up and going, haha. Hey, your little brother or sister is very cheeky. So yeah, that's what happened today. I'm going to go make myself a little decaf coffee, and I bought an egg custard tart from the little hospital bakery, which are so overpriced, it's unbelievable. But I thought I'm gonna have a little cake and a decaf coffee and just sort of just have a little breathe and you know, decompress after that 2 days of a lot of worry, because I think it really has gotten to me a lot. I shouldn't have let it get to me that long. I should have phoned earlier. So we're going to do that next time, aren't we? Hopefully there won't be next time. But if there is, the lady said it's okay. We can come in as many times as we need to. Anyway, yeah, that's it. But apart from that, everything's good. I'm getting some round ligament pains, which are painful, very painful. And yeah, that's about it. I'm going to start doing some Kegels because I'm concerned about my pelvic floor. I'm probably going to end up weeing myself, I'm sure of it, because I can already feel the pressure baby's putting on and they're not even that big yet. So I feel like by the end of the pregnancy, there's going to be a lot of pressure on there. So I actually got sent a little device from Intima, I think. I haven't used it yet, so I'm not recommending it. I need to actually get it out of the box. It's been sat there for a few weeks and I keep meaning to do it. And apparently it links to your phone. So, and then it buzzes, you pop it in, and then it buzzes, and then you squeeze, and then you release, and you do that every day. And it's meant to be really good. You don't need one of these things. You can, I think the NHS have got like a squeeze app or something that you can follow, and that's free. Or you can, there'll be loads of YouTube tutorials, or there's a lady on TikTok that does a daily squeeze along. So you don't need to spend money to do Kegels. But I got sent it, so I'm going to give it a go, and I'll report back, I'll let you know. Should we have a cup of coffee? And sit down and cuddle? I feel like you're desperate for a cuddle today. That's okay. I would like a cuddle too, actually. Look at your monkey now. Where's your stick? Where's your stick? Find it. You are a clever boy.